Well, hello there. Welcome to day 1694 of What You Up To Now, documenting the business journey primarily as I transition from brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business and back and forth again. Today, we're focusing on communication just like we have been the entire month of September, and we'll continue to for the month of September with respect to our Supersize Your Business for Female Entrepreneurs group. We talk about every day an idiom, and to coincide with this year's annual challenge, the BU 365-day challenge, to do one thing every day that improves us, we are focusing on communication this month. And I want to tie the topic of the annual challenge to the idiom that I'm sharing every day with the business group, just to make life a little bit simpler and a little easier, and to be more intentional in the content that I'm creating every day. Because our topic today is on a need-to-know basis, and our idiom for today is on a need-to-know basis, and our topic for communication today is all about intent and intentions. What is the reason that we're communicating in the first place? So I shared 3 steps to communicate with intention. How do we go about doing that? 4 different types of intention, because sometimes our intention is negligent, sometimes it's we do it unwittingly, and when we're not paying attention, we have no intent behind. We always have a subconscious intent behind why we communicate and how we communicate, but if we're not consciously aware of it, sometimes when the communication is important, especially when it's important to us and we really do want a particular outcome, we want to improve our relationships, we want to build our business, whatever the intent might be, it's important that we spend a couple of seconds consciously thinking about the different aspects of that particular communication. So need to know basis, I made this great graphic, top secret, confidential, do not open, need to know. Because a lot of the things that we share, we might consider confidential or privileged information, especially in different businesses as we're growing and building them. And we do that in our relationships as well. We withhold information generally about ourselves as we're new to a relationship, as we're getting to know people. And some things we never tell another person, right? Some things are just completely our business and they're nobody else's business. So we don't share them because they don't need to know them. They might want to know them. Have you ever been in a conversation with somebody that you're getting to know and you're in an intimate relationship and they want to know everything about every other person you've ever been with? Well, do they want to know that? Probably don't even really want to know it. They definitely don't need to know it. Sometimes we think that they do, and I suppose there are healthcare providers that would argue with us to say, no, from a responsible partner relationship, you need to let everybody know everything. And I beg to differ. I don't think it's mentally helpful, even, and it's not physically helpful and healthy, etc. But that's my opinion. We each get to get and have our own opinion about things in life. It's a cool thing about living in America. We get to know what's right for us and live that way, and other people can do and live and communicate in the ways that are right for them. So communication, big topic, underpinning to everything in our life, every different area and aspect of our life, and we'll talk about that as part of the challenge toward the end of the month. But today, on a need-to-know basis, and it's gotten me really thinking about want to know versus need to know. A lot of times as human beings, we're curious and we want to know everything, but everything is too much because we can't handle everything. I can't handle all the information that comes at me every single day. None of us can. There's so much information available in our world right now, so much different than when I was even growing up. And we had a lot of information when I was growing up compared to generations before me. But now it's almost mind-boggling. So we have to find ways to filter out and ask ourselves the question, do I need to know this information, and do I need to know this information right now? Or can I wait and I can get that information, a week from now, 2 months from now, 6 years from now, when I'm ready to actually apply the information that I'm getting? Do I need to know it or do I want to know it? It's like, do we need things or do we want things? Remember, we buy things that we want and then we justify them by acting like we need them. It's the same with information and everything else in our life. Do I want to know it or do I need to know it? Do I want that new purse or do I need that new purse? I will say I want that new purse, but then I'll justify it by saying, oh, I needed it because of this, 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 and this, right? We do the same thing with information, but that's why we get involved in information overload, which can actually totally shut us down. So Love to know your experience with need to know basis, need to know information versus wanting. If you've got a story about that, I'd love to hear it. If you've got a story about intention and how you intentionally communicate or don't, I know I started realizing today the vast majority of my communications are without consciously thought out intention. They always have an underlying intention, but they might not have a conscious intention. And so this month I'm revisiting some of those things, some of those communications. Do I need to participate in this or not? Do I need to learn this now or not? Do I need to communicate this information now or not? It's a good question to ask ourselves. All right, if I can help you anyway, ask. Otherwise, go out, make it an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.